word planet comes from Greek, meaning wanderer. Even in ancient times, it was observed that while the stars of constellations were constant throughout a lifetime, there were 7 objects in the sky that slowly wandered against them. These were the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Of course, we now know that the Sun is the center of our solar system, and the only object orbiting Earth, which itself is a planet, is the Moon. But what is it that we see of this cosmic dance in the sky? In this video, I will use the web-based version of the free virtual planetarium software Stellarium, which is accessible anywhere. You are also welcome to install the full version of this software demonstrated in the introduction with more features. In a previous video, you can check out my introduction to this software or explore it on your own. Within a day, we see the sun rise towards the east, and set towards the west. We see recognizable constellations after sunset before we go to rest. But we also notice throughout the seasons that the constellations in the evening change as the months go by. This is because as the Earth orbits the Sun, the direction we see it in relative to the background stars changes. You can explore this in Stellarium by clicking on the Sun, selecting Center, turning off the atmosphere, and then forwarding time by days or months at a time. The apparent line traced out by the Sun will be the ecliptic. It is a projection of the plane of the orbit of the Earth. Note that the ecliptic plane is not aligned with the celestial equator. This is because Earth's axis is tilted relative to its orbit. This causes the direction that the Sun rises in to change throughout the year, more north of east around June, and more south of east in December. This causes the arc of the Sun to be longer during the summer than during the winter. The longer arc results in more daylight hours at that latitude, whereas a shorter arc results in less daylight hours. Also notice that the Sun rises to a higher maximum altitude during the summer than during the winter. This also contributes to the change in heating during the seasons. If we observe the orbits of planets in the sky, we will notice that most of them also trace out paths against background constellations very near the ecliptic. Please experiment with simulating the apparent motion of the Sun at various times of the year and what this means for our ground perspective during the summer and winter.